Hello, what's happening? How you guys doing? Hey, this is Will, Pensacola Carpet and Furniture Cleaning and Restoration Services. I know I make a lot of videos and I try to share a lot of content and I try to be helpful in my journey of sharing information. I saw something today because sometimes things pop up on your timeline and you're not looking, but they pop up. I saw something that made me think I need to make a public service announcement. I'm going to make a video right now dealing with sewage. If you are a homeowner, you could potentially have a situation where sewage, raw sewage, enters your dwelling, usually in your basement. It could be from a main break, accidental discharge that discharges the toxic sewage into your environment. The thing that I want to tell you is that with me being a sewage cleanup guy, and I am trained and certified in a lot of areas when it comes to restoration, what I want to tell you is if you want to get sick in your home, people talk about mold. Mold can get you sick depending on what type of mold, how long you've been dealing with it, just the amount of it. It has a lot to do with some other things. But if you truly want to risk getting sick, raw sewage will get you sick. Let me explain to you that there's probably 15 different diseases or more that live in raw sewage. Hepatitis, sepsis, it's so many I can't even name them. I can't pronounce some of them, but I had to study on them. If you really want to risk your safety, try to deal with raw sewage unprofessionally. I get it. People are in a panic situation. They need something done right away. Sewage is one of the most expensive cleanups that there is. Sewage and blood or trauma is the most expensive cleanup in the restoration business. I get it. You know why it's so expensive? Because of the risk, the hazard, potential hazard. I saw a video today. Someone had been affected by sewage, and they had people helping clean it up. But what was really touching to me being in the business, is that nobody had on masks, N95, N100, whatever. No protective gear. Sewage is not to be played with. I don't care. And this was what we call in our business, this was hot. This wasn't like the residue of sewage where it had eventually went down back into the drainage system and you just have a residue of the sewage. This was hot. That's meaning that it's hot, like porridge. It's at its rawest, potentially hazardous condition. When you're dealing with sewage and it's in a standing water condition, inches of sewage where you got to remove it with some kind of extraction device, it is very dangerous. And I want to tell you, if you're dealing with sewage ever in your life, take it from me, I'm telling you, do not play with it. If you're going to do it yourself, do it safe. But I recommend you call a professional and let them deal with it. Because I saw some things, and I don't want to pick, but I saw some things that really hurt me. Because I know, because I've been to school, I've been trained. Anybody that's in the restoration end and understand how bad sewage is and how you can get sick indirectly, and it don't happen right away because you inhale these toxic gases The second thing you do is you touch these potential hazardous byproducts that's in the sewage. There's 15, 20 different diseases that's live in sewage, meaning that it's a living organism that's in the sewage that's looking for another living organism to reproduce, which you are a living thing. Sewage is living, and you in the sewage create a potential problem for your respiratory, for your eyes, skin irritations, down the road, all kind of issues. And I saw this video, and I was so sad, and I even tried to reach out to extend my help. But I get it, maybe, it's a money thing. But let me tell you, baby, when you're dealing with raw sewage, and I do sewage cleanup, on one of my vehicles, my Pensacola vehicle, it says on the side, sewage cleanup, for a reason, because you don't have to deal with it. I can deal with it. And I'm going to come in looking like I'm going to orbit because I know the potential risks. And anybody that deals with sewage, you need to be safe. And I will tell you, there's so many environmental things to deal with when you're dealing with sewage. If you have a home and it takes on raw sewage. Now, here's the other thing. When it takes on raw sewage, it's potentially a dangerous situation. Let me tell you another thing that happens. When people do extraction on their own of raw sewage, they don't realize that everything that the sewage touched is contaminated. It's a wrap. The walls, gut it. Baseboards, gut it. Carpet, gut it. Everything that sewage touched, gut it. Trash. So that means you got to dig into your wall cavities. Then you got to know how to treat the environment. And people think bleach. Anybody that's listening to this video, bleach kills a lot of things. Depending on the material and the building material that you're dealing with, bleach is not effective. Oh, you think I'm making that up? Bleach is not effective on all types of building material. You're talking about a structure, a house. So people think bleach kill everything. It doesn't. How do I know? I've trained, been to school, I understand it. There's certain things that bleach will help you with. I'm not saying that bleach doesn't work, but you have to know how to mix bleach. You got to know what building material, what type of material to apply bleach on in order for it to be effective. Let that sink in, meaning that if you put bleach on something that you think is going to kill bleach and you think, oh, it's safe, it's not, because the bleach is not going to work. This is why you hire a professional. And listen, I get it, everything costs. But sometimes I'm so generous in helping people. If you call me, I can walk you through some safety things that will help you. I would tell you if the bleach is going to be effective or not. If it's not, there's so many things you can use, household products that will kill potential diseases, mold, potential hazard things. There's a lot of things in your house that you can use, but you gotta understand it. And you gotta be careful mixing bleach with other products. It creates another type of gas that really can create a problem. I learned that as a child. Mixing, what did I do? I made I used to know all these scientific names. When you mix bleach with ammonia, it creates a particular type of gas, and that gas is very harmful to your lungs and eyes and face, touch, hands everything. But anyway, if you have a problem with sewage, I recommend you call me. 216-341-SOAP. 216-341-7627. My name is Will. My company is Pensacola Carpet and Furniture Cleaning / Restoration Services. If you have a sewage issue, don't do it alone. And if you do it alone, have a professional at least on the phone where he can give you some tips. I just want you to be safe. I saw that. It's one thing to deal with just what we call category 1 and 2 water. But when you're dealing with a cat 3 and 4, and people don't realize it's a cat 4, you are dealing with something dangerous. So call me. I can help you. Even if I don't get no money out of it, I just don't want to see you in harm's way. 216-341-SOAP, Pensacola. I'm your man, Will, from Pensacola Carpet and Furniture Cleaning Services. I love you.